So this video is all about audience solutions. So what is the problem and solution page for the audience? This is really a list of the customer's problems and objections that you came up with during the strategy session, and you're just giving a bunch of solutions to combat each and specific objection or problem. Here's kind of what it looks like. You can see like I've listed it out in a bunch of different columns, and like I've really specifically addressed every single problem that the audience is facing. Like if they feel stressed or confused, or they really feel like they need an expert in order to buy. It's just basically like a cheat sheet for their audience's problems. Why is this even important though? So this is giving your client validation and moving forward with the branding plan, and it gives everybody clarity and organization of how important problems are getting solved. I think sometimes, like, because we're solving a lot of problems throughout the brand carry-all, it's like a 40-page document, and sometimes it can be like, okay, cool, like, but I feel like I still need a little bit more clarity. But just by having this page and just like listing out everything that you talked about, everything that's in the finalized strategy that you talked about in the strategy session, and just organizing it in this way is so helpful for your clients. This is oftentimes my very favorite page and my clients' very favorite page, because it's so easy for them to refer back to anytime they're having a problem in their business. So how do we even create this? The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to list the top like 6 to 10 problems that your client's audience has at the top of each column. Then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to implement the list of solutions that you came up with during the strategy session that are appropriate for each column. You should have come up with like at least 10-ish solutions, and that's going to give you a good starting point. But from there, you want to keep brainstorming. So how do you keep finding solutions after you've put down that initial one? So how do you keep finding solutions after you've put down what you've already brainstormed? Now, the magic isn't in the magnitude of the solution that you're presenting or how groundbreaking or crazy it is, but honestly, the more simple and clear the solution that you provide your clients, the better result and the easier it is for them to be able to apply that. I think a lot of designers and just strategists in general get really stressed because they feel like I've got to come up with this big, grand solution, and if I don't come up with something completely new, then my client's going to hate me, or they're going to feel like they didn't get their money's worth. And honestly, like the reason why they're coming to you is because they want clarity in their message, right? So what you want to do is just give them that. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be crazy. You're just directing them in the right direction. Like I said, you don't have to come up with something that's never been done before either. You just need to put a twist on an already successful strategy. Like there's no reason why you should need to reinvent the wheel here. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to your competitors and bigger competitors whenever you're like, okay, I'm needing a solution to help my client's audience feel less stressed. Think about a competitor that your client has or a bigger competitor that really does a good job at this, and try and go through their website and decode it. Like, if you happen to land on the website and you're like, I am not feeling stressed. Why is it? Is it the colors? Is it the font? Is it a combination of things? Is it the language used? Really try to templatize what it is the competitors are doing. Now, I also say go to bigger competitors. These are brands like Coca-Cola and Nike, Adidas, all these like really, really big brands. They're really amazing brands, and I think sometimes we don't take advantage of the strategies that they've already done and proven to be extremely successful. I know a lot of the times they're not in our own industry, but there's so many things that we can learn when we step out of the industry that we're designing in and we step into a different one. So how do you go to your competitor and find solutions? Here's just another quick example. I love the brand Aesop. And so, for example, maybe we have the problem of needing a story or a deeper meaning for their client. Like they need to feel that in order to buy. So I'm going to go to Aesop, and something I could see is like, there's tons of poetic writing. They use an environmental design. It's not flashy design. They use a lot of organic colors and elements. And then I'm going to see, okay, I'm not going to totally copy what Aesop does, but we could use poetic writing, and we could use a little bit more organic colors and not flashy design. So just to recap, you don't need a big grand solution. Simplicity and clarity are key in providing a thorough brand strategy. You don't need to reinvent the wheel here, and you're also going to be giving overall branding solutions plus industry-specific solutions. This is the page that I really just like to go all out on. I don't give just design solutions, even though I'm a graphic designer on this page. I give copywriter solutions, or I give sales funnel solutions, and maybe I'm qualified to do that and maybe I'm not. But it's really helpful for my clients to see an overall perspective. And the last thing is you're going to create 3 to 6 solutions for each and every one of those problems.